Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Books, Squares, and Purrs. My name is Leslie. We're at the pre-show before I start watching, before we start doing the watch party for episode 6 of Interview the Vampire. Before I start watching it, I'm going to go ahead and just enjoy the pre-show and look at some of the fan art that's out there. I haven't done that for the past couple of times, but I'm just loving it, so why not? So I love this. It's Daniel and Armand. Oh, this is so great. This one, I love this one. What happened between us? I love this Madeline and Claudia. I love this so much of Armand. Louis and Lestat. This is great. Oh, they got the definition down. Some of this I've already shown before, but it's kind of piled in there, so it's incredible. It's incredible. And then once I reach the end, I'm going to go ahead and put myself on mute and I'll watch the episode, but I'm available in the chat, just so you know. It's incredible. I love this. This is so great. Of Lestat and Louis. I love this one so much. It's Gabrielle. Hey, I haven't watched yet. This is a pre-show. And then during the watch party, I start watching it. And I'll put myself on mute, but we could chat while it's on. And I'll keep you posted. Everybody's watching it early. I've been waiting till 6 p.m. Pacific time just because I know how do I hide this? I know everyone else has AM, or not everyone else, but people have like AMC. So I'm basically just waiting to watch in solidarity with everyone else that has AMC and not AMC Plus, because I have AMC Plus. If I really want to watch it like starting at midnight, but I'm trying to be good and wait with everyone else. All right, so I'm gonna change the band thingy. Hold on, let me catch up. Where is it? The banner. All right, so I'm switching to a watch party. I'm gonna go ahead and oh, how do I remove this? Hold on. Okay, there we go. I'm just gonna start in just a second. I'm gonna go ahead and mute myself, and then right when I and then I'm gonna press play on it. I have this set. It's right at the what do you call it? Ooh, the title card. You know, the red one that shows like Dubai in the bottom and either San Francisco or where are we at? Paris this year. So yeah, I have it set for then, and then we could totally chat this entire time. And then we'll still have like an after the what do you call it? After show chit chat. I'm so nervous. All right, everyone, let me mute myself. Here we go. It was Armand at the park. uh, if no one is here, I'll cut this short. But I'm like, fuck. I am getting kind of like frustrated how I feel like they're dragging this out and the anticipation is killing me. But yeah, there needed to be so much setup for what happened. But you know what? I want Armand I don't know how it works, to return more of the memories to Louis of like him asking for the memories to be erased. I don't know. Tomorrow, I mean, like next week's gonna be so intense. Oh my god. Angel Sassy. Did you watch the episode already? Oh my god. Also, if you want, I have Instagram. And my Instagram is it's the exact same thing as my YouTube. It's books, screws, and purrs. So if you want to send me a message, I will totally. I figured out how to add a guest. I could send you a guest link if you want to. Oh my god. I feel like I wish I was more prepared to talk, but after the episodes, I'm still like so in shock. Watched it twice. Yeah. I watch at 6 p.m. Pacific time just because I figured so many people, I mean, like some people only have AMC, not AMC Plus. Yeah. Well, what is your, I guess basically send me a message, like look me up and then if you don't mind, I can look you up. I don't know if your Insta is the same as your, whatchamacallit. Did you already send it to me? Let me look. Hello. Requests. Where am I? Is yours Angel Sashi? And then it says Sashi Angel. Oh, that girl Sash. Okay. Let me look. Oh, I put too many letters. Hold on. I'm like, how do I? Okay. So if I follow you, how do I send a message? Hello. Oh, message. Hello. Okay, here it goes. This is the first time I'm doing this, okay? So I don't know what I'm doing. I just sent the link. You're back. Oh, here I'm at. Are you Are you toggling between this and House of the Dragon? Yeah. Oh my okay, so now that you're back, are you are because earlier you told me to pay attention to the person with a cigarette in the park. So, oh my god, was he sitting on a bench in the background at the park? But then why couldn't Louis feel him? That's so effed. That's so messed up. Yeah. Angel Sashi, I sent you a message. So if you look at your messages on Insta in the request section, I sent you a link. Oh, was she? Where was I at? Okay. I'm gonna watch this like 3 more times, so I'll go back and pay attention. I think I was too I don't know, I was too hooked on what's going on. What's up with, I don't know how to talk about this. I have seen, like, in the previous episodes, right, where we see the dynamic between Armand and Louis, it's like a very, like, sub-dom relationship. Why is it that when Louis was being genuine and wanted Armand to be a part of this experience of making, Madeline a vamp, that he asked Louis if he was, asking or, like, demanding, and Louis didn't like that. Armand wants to be controlled too much. I don't know. Angel Sashi, you just have to connect your mic and, your camera, by the way, on your I don't know if you're using your phone or not, but just so you know. Oh my god, that's true. I'm trying to catch up. Pamela Boyley, Armand lets others solve his problems, it's all he knows. That's very true. But it's like, at that moment, I just felt like it was such a, it just seemed like such a genuine moment from Louis. It was so frustrating. That was like I I think I felt for Louis in that moment. I'm like, "That's such a turn off. Just don't do that." But, okay, how do you all feel about the fact that, like okay, so there was a trailer, and the trailer, I think it was for episode 5 through probably, like, 7. But when I saw the trailer, I thought it was, like, for 1 episode. So, this past episode, the 5th episode, I thought it was gonna be San Francisco and, like, the whole thing with Claudia, and that didn't happen. And then I'm watching this episode, and we're back in Paris, but, like, we get the trial like, barely starting at the end, and we get the, like, surprise of who's here moment. Um, oh my god, my heart just dropped. I guess I don't know how to feel because I feel like, yeah, everything there needed to be set up, but I feel like I guess part of me is like, "Get to it already," you know? Like, I keep I mean, I have, like, a napkin because 'cause I'm gonna cry. I have my beer. And so how do you feel about how they're kinda, like, dragging it out in a way? I don't know. I still enjoy the storytelling. But what I do like or let me ask, how do you feel about, the whole process of Claudia and, what am I trying to say? Claudia and Louis making Madeline. You love it? Okay. I don't know. It's I can't I love the show. So every episode I'm loving. So it's like I can't complain. But I guess like I feel like it nagging at me, like, oh my god, when is this thing gonna happen? Okay, I read all the books. The anticipation is killing me. Oh my god. And also, what stuck out to you for all these episodes? Madeline was literally a vampire for what, a few years? Yeah, I didn't even see like how much time passed by. But if they did get a chance to be like vamps for a while, that's nice. It's like one of the few moments where it's like they're in the honeymoon phase, right? And isn't it wild? Doesn't it get, I think I really love the adaptation because I feel like that gives a sense of, at least we know Claudia had someone, like she finally had a good pairing as far as like a companion. And it just makes next episode so much harder to watch. And you know what? I don't know. I think I'm still like emotional. Yeah. Okay. So I should probably be reading this out loud. Okay, Pamela Boyley says, I love how, hey, I'm gonna let Angel Sachi in. Hey, there you are.
Hello.
Hey, happy Sunday. Thank you for
Happy
joining.
Sunday. No, you're good. I was trying to get this thing work for like 59 years. It was not working.
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you for joining. How was
Hi,
the Sunday?
guys. So, did you enjoy this episode?
Yeah, you know what I was saying though? I was just saying that I love every episode. Every single time I see an episode, I'm even uh like there's not an answer. It's like every episode is like my favorite episode till the next one comes.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like there's this anticipation building for what's to come at the trial. And like this episode actually left me feeling like a little bit frustrated because I'm like, get to it already.
Yes, no, that's true. I was like, okay, there. We all know that there's so much happening, and like behind, like that we don't know is yet. And each episode is like we're learning something new, and I'm like, okay, get to it. I want to
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
But it was a really good episode though. The story writing on the show is amazing.
I mean, it's incredible. And then
Mhm.
I this freaking show, the moment when Armand gets up and like Madeline just passed a message that Louis has love for Armand, and the fact that he gets up and goes to the door and that's the moment that he betrays them, or that we know that he's betrayed them, right? And gets
Right.
sold out them. That was so that was so messed
So
up.
okay, was it only me? Like I was a little bit confused with that because this is the thing. Louis had already told Aman. I mean, it was kind of like a lackluster, like "I love you," like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But Armand knows that Louis loves him. So was it really Louis that she would? I mean, not Louis. Was it really Armand that she was sensing, or was that Lestat? Because the look on Armand's face, and then I'm like, wait, Louis already. I mean, yeah, Louis already told Armand, "I love you." He's never said it to Lestat. He's never said it to Lestat. So I don't know.
That's wild. Let me see. Let me just catch up with everybody in the
Yeah.
um so Pamela says, I love how the writers have given Madeline a sympathetic backstory that Claudia could relate to. Yeah. What do you think about that?
that the writers have given Madeline a sympathetic backstory. Um, I like it because it kind of fleshes out Madeline a lot more. I guess that's in the book. I never read the book,
Yeah.
but um, like for a person that's never read the book, like from a storytelling point, it's really good. Another thing that I was confused. I mean, how are they planning to take it though? Because there's only so much that if they do like a romantic route with them, it can't go for it. Because I mean, Claudia looks like she looks like she's 14.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be weird. So I was trying to figure out like where they were going with that a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, but I liked it because it was like there you can see their relationship, and I know even at the end, Jacob Anderson was talking about it, is like, like what they were doing, like, it's the looks that Claudia will give to
Mhm.
Madeline. Like it made it like it was very sweet to see their relationship. It was
Yeah. Yeah.
sad. It was very sad, but it was sweet. Like, 'cause I'm like, can they get a chance to like explore whatever was building?
Yeah.
So now they have to deal with a trial. So I'm like, okay,
Yeah, it's like they're barely beginning. They're still kind of like in
right.
that honeymoon phase. All of them, right?
Hmm.
On this new venture, and then this happens, and I'm
And then
like,
this happens. Exactly. Exactly.
and just
So
to have it like snatched away, basically. It's just
exactly. So, but I like Madeline, and I like her for Claudia, but. I don't know. I think that there's like still so much. I don't know if it's because Armand is still hiding so much. I
mm,
think that there's so much that we still don't know. Because even Armand was so quick to throw Louis under the bus. Did you realize that? He was just like, "Oh no, the pages that we took from Claudia's diary, we did that together." And I'm like, "Oh my god." He was
yeah,
so quick to do that. Like, um,
yeah.
I know.
But then I guess okay. So when it going back to Claudia, I like that. Okay, so like her crime is she basically like I'm trying to simplify it. Slept with the enemy, basically, and then there was like this social punishment for it. But I like the idea that when Armand talks to her like about how she's going to become a monster, and she says, "Well, I already am," and I think
Yeah,
that speaks to her seeing
he
someone
went
that's
through a lot.
monstrous, and then saw the humanity in them.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought that was like a wild way to like thread that story and being like,
Yeah,
I already am a monster, basically. I thought that was
Madeline's
wild.
Madeline's been through some stuff, so
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
been through a lot. So like whatever Armand, I think she she kind of proved that she was worthy. Hi. She's kind of worthy to get the gift, I guess. So
Yeah.
she proved that to Armand. Oh, I was a little bit surprised too to find out that Armand has never turned anyone. That was weird. That was
In the books, I
Mhm.
want he refuses to turn anyone.
Oh, okay.
Although vampires like clearly kill people, I think he just feels like it's called the gift, but it's very much a curse, right? And he just doesn't
Right.
want to do that to anyone else.
Okay.
So that's why I'm wondering if that's what happened with Santiago, because Santiago said he was made by somebody else. But I'm wondering
Right.
if his maker was in the coven, maybe that's why he got punished. Maybe he got punished for making Santiago.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
We
probably.
don't know yet, but
We don't know.
wondering.
I don't know. Do you think I'm still so funny sometimes that I mean didn't last long? Oh, she didn't? Okay.
No, no. She doesn't have like a lot of backstory.
Okay.
Um,
Ah, see, yeah. I think
oh my god,
it
you
was
guys!
Lestat. I think it was Lestat. I don't think that was Armand that she was feeling. Oh, another thing, guys. Do you think that Louis was talking to Madeline and we just don't know as yet because they were exchanging looks and I was like, "What's going on with them?" But then she kind of said like, she felt his love and all that stuff. But I don't know. They were looking at each other for a while, and I'm like, is he having a conversation with her and we just don't know as yet?
I think I think I think she was just trying to. I think she was trying to and like couldn't communicate with him, and then that's when she asked a question because
Because I know that they can't read minds, but they can still communicate though, right?
that's
Even
where
though
I
they
get a
can.
little bit confused. I don't think that they can.
Oh. Oh, I thought, did Lestat ever communicate with Louis? I can't remember.
In like the
Telepathically?
what is it, like the first or second episode, like right before this is the thing. I don't know if it was like a mess up or not
Hmm.
because after that they can't communicate, but they do have that scene where Louis is gonna like kill for the first time and they're in the bar and Lestat sends a message to him like don't scare off the food basically. And then I,
Right.
I never
Yes, I
understood that
remember.
moment. Yeah, I never understood that moment because I was like, did they mess up because they're not supposed to be able to communicate with each other anymore?
Because I know he said obviously they can't like read minds. So I'm like, is that different from communicating telepathically? I don't know.
I don't know. No, yeah, I haven't figured that out yet.
But it just looked like he was talking to her or something. And I know. But I really think that she was feeling the stat, not Armand. And Armand probably knew.
Oh, fudge.
That's why he gave the face. He
You
gave
know I'm
that
gonna watch
sad.
this again.
I'm telling you twice. But I was like, okay, there's something, but I don't know. And then Louis annoys me because Armand, like, Daniel was looking at him and saying what I was feeling. He was like, "Are you believing this?" Because as soon as Armand was like, "Well, you asked me to erase your memory," and Louis was like, "I did that." I'm like, "Oh my gosh, Louis, get it together." Poor sad boy.
Yeah, he's real quick to be persuaded.
Yes,
So
yes.
Pamela says, no, they can't communicate telepathically between Maker and Fledgling, but there is a cord between Maker and Fledgling. Yeah, there's
Oh,
that like
okay.
connection, but that's why I always wonder if they messed up in that first episode or not. But I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, because I remember that. And then Lulu was like looking all like dazed at the bar. And I guess the guy asked him something and he's like, good.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah,
then
yeah.
that was like, don't scare him away, mon cher. I remember that. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But I love how they were reading Claudia's diaries right in the theater, right there with
Yeah.
Louis and Claudia, right there. I'm like, they're bold. And how
Yeah.
did Claudia not miss her diaries? That is, I don't know. I'm telling you, Claudia is not sharp this season. Come on.
Yeah, that's the thing that I kind of liked it. And then she left them out all over the place. But yeah, hey Vera, I remember here last week. Let us know what you thought this episode. Um
Yeah, it was like I don't understand that. Like she was always 10 steps ahead, and now
yeah,
she's like so just gung ho about finding other vampires and finding, I guess finding herself. So
yeah.
she,
I did like the scene where she came in to rescue Madeline because it I felt
oh
like
yeah,
it mirrored a little bit of like that moment in the church between Lestat
oh yes,
and
it
Louis.
did.
Yeah, 'cause Lestat's like, "I just punched this priest. Do you
Yeah.
wanna be together forever?"
At least she was a little bit more delicate with it. Like
Yeah,
Lestat was just like sh- showing all his gory monster everything, but Claudia was a little bit more gentle with her.
only a little bit more. She did, like,
Oh yeah, she
walk that door
she's
through.
she's Lestat's daughter too. Listen, that Armand did call her Claudia de Leoncourt.
Yeah, that that took me out. I was just, wow, because it's not like he used Louis' last name, he used Lestat's last name.
I
And I guess
know.
I guess because it's like, well, he is their maker, I guess. but I was
Well,
so
yeah,
surprised.
but it was always Daddy Lou. So you would think
Yeah,
she'll be Claudia. What is it, Dulac?
yeah. The Point du Lac. That took me out, and I also felt like that maybe adds to the undercurrent of like animosity towards her,
Yes,
is because she's a
definitely,
reminder of Lestat.
definitely.
That was wild.
But yeah, I don't know because we still don't have a reason as to like why he's doing all it. Like how why did he just betray them like that? I mean, I don't know. I still don't know what made him decide to turn on them after he told Louis that he left the coven.
I felt like
So
that was like the terms of the agreement, and I think he's just I think he's just like jealous enough to want to keep Louis to himself.
just jealousy, you think? Yeah, could
Yeah.
be. Louis sure knows how to pick them.
Yeah, and the fact, I mean, I don't know.
But
Lestat was like definitely like mean to Claudia at times, like definitely aggressive at times, but like I don't think he would ever make well, I don't know. Now what I'm saying I realize doesn't make any sense because we saw him at the end of this episode.
hmm
So now I'm
yeah,
all the
he
way
was.
confused.
I think he got really jealous, obviously, with Claudio, and Louis was just
Yeah.
someone. Ah, it's all about Lestat. So maybe it's not even about Louis,
Yeah.
because seeing
Oh my
Claudia.
god, that's right. Oh my god. You're all reminding. I read the books and I'm still being in shock. I'm like still taking it all in. Yeah, saying Claudia de
Yeah,
Lancourt.
yeah, that does make sense. So for him, it's like the because Lestat like denied him. Like
Yeah.
what is it? Ay ay ay. But I don't know. I'm interested to for them to finally just like reveal it all. Like I know it's gonna be crazy.
I mean, these next two episodes are just gonna be completely
It's gonna be
wild.
sad. I
Yeah.
know it's gonna be so sad because I already see like Louis' face and they beat him up. Oh, my baby Louis.
Just
It's
read it.
sad though.
Armand is a phony. Please don't let him find me. It was Leslie's fault.
Yeah, see? Mm-hmm. Blaming I don't know. I think I and then the way he goes between this, I don't know if he's showing restraint or what is happening, but he goes between showing this power and then all of a sudden like everything is Matra. Like, oh, are you asking Matra? Oh, I
This is the first time where I was like, that's such a turn off in that moment. Like it was just like, come
like
on, make a decision.
like where did it come from? Like that power dynamic between the two of them, I don't understand. Hopefully they explain that. They're probably not going to, but hopefully they explain that like why is it that he just turns like it any second he can just be so submissive after showing so much power.
Yeah, I think he like for whatever reason in a relationship, he just likes to be that role. He wants someone to be get control of him.
Yeah, and then you're telling me that after shutting down a whole restaurant, like he made all of them go to sleep,
Yeah.
you can't take on the coven. Now it's like, oh, there's mutiny and everyone's they're trying to they're gonna kill me and I have to leave the coven. Nah, I don't buy it.
That's very true because we saw in the episode before, right, that he I don't know what you call it, stopping time or freezing people.
Yeah,
He did
he
that to
made
his
the
own
whole
coven.
restaurant stop. He made all the vampires like they fell asleep or whatever happened.
Yeah.
And for someone with that much power, now it's like, oh, mutiny, and I can't stand up to. He choked out Santiago like 2 episodes ago. He reached behind the pillar and grabbed him,
Yeah.
and I'm like, you can't. You go from that to now, like you're so scared.
Yeah, like you're helpless.
I don't buy it. I don't think he's telling the full story.
No, I don't think so either. And then ooh, when Daniel is not gonna survive this because
Don't say I love Daniel.
I love him too, but like when he drank the drink, what an insult he threw at Armand. He's like, because he's saying like I need more vermouth, and he's like, oh no, he makes it better or whatever he said.
His
And
is
I was
better.
like,
Yeah.
ooh,
Listen, they will scare Daniel like to pieces, but he will still get his little jabs in. I noticed it wasn't it wasn't as much though. He kind of toned it down a little bit, but
yeah,
he's still gonna put his little jabs in, especially at Armand. He's over Armand.
yeah. That was what I was like, oh. But even when he does that, I'm like, Daniel, be careful. You
Yeah,
said you want to see this book published. Like,
yeah. I mean, hey, he slapped Louis last season, so he's Daniel's fearless. I love Daniel.
yeah, no, he's amazing. The actor's
Yeah.
amazing.
So hopefully he survives.
Yeah.
Like he does he live like in the well, they said like he's not in the book like as an older reporter, like how they're doing it in the show, right?
No, they definitely change.
Okay.
Like he's in the book, but they just change like how they handle the story.
Got it.
So that's why I'm kind of like not quite sure where they're going with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I always thought he might be a composite of like his character and another one, but I can't be sure yet. I'm still trying to. But also, what do you think about Rashid being in cahoots with Raglan James?
Yeah, that was like oh my oh, so do you guys think that Rashid is the one that sent the books to Daniel?
Oh, I don't know.
It had to have been Louis or and Amon, right? It can't be because
Yeah.
I was yeah, I was not expecting Rashid to be in that conversation. And then he was covering for Daniel when when Armand was asking him like, "Did you leave Daniel alone?" or whatever he was saying, and he said no. He was watching him the whole time, which that was a lie. How did Armand not realize that they were lying? That's another thing.
The other thing, and then I'll go check the chat. Is okay. So with the Talamask, there's another show. I forgot what it's called. The Mayfair Witches, which I don't like. I watched the first season and I was like, this is terrible.
I watched the first episode and
It was so boring and dry. I hate the acting was so bad.
yeah, I couldn't do it. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It takes a lot for me to like criticize because I always like try to like be amiable, but that was
Yeah.
bad. But I did watch the whole season and
Hmm.
like some of the Telemaska have powers or so I think I'm wondering if they put some sort of like I don't know, like witchy spell over Rashid, and maybe that's why
Hmm.
uh, he's able to get away with what he's able to get away with. But I don't know yet. That's just me assuming. I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
But let me check the chat really quick. Pamela
Yeah.
says, "Oh, let me go where I'm at." Lestat left Armand because of the deceit
Mm-hmm.
and because he is manipulative. Even Lestat knew better than entertain
Yep.
Armand's way. Yeah, like I agree with that. Yeah, and even when Armand says his point of view and we hear that story, I'm like, come on, even in that version, we see that he stole Nikki and like to the point where like brutalized him to the point where like Lestat had to turn him. Come on, you're not gonna
Yeah,
want to be with that kind of guy, you know?
exactly. That's
Mommy
crazy.
said Armand's not scared. He wanted to get rid of Claudia from the beginning. Armand's in cahoots with the coven and misled Louis to think that he somehow has no control over the situation. Yeah, I agree.
So, do you guys think that Dana has? Yep. Do you think that the story that he's telling then is not true? Because even in like what we're watching now is supposedly the coven planning behind their back. So you don't think that it went that way?
Let me see.
That he's just embellishing?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's gonna lie and deny. Yes, I think Rashid was involved in getting those recordings to Daniel. I think he's working with the Tamalaska. Yeah.
Yeah. See. Mm-hmm. I think so.
Pamela says Armand totally owns the building that Daniel lives in New York, and Real Rashid is totally a vampire, right? That's what I'm confused about. Real
Is
Rashid.
he a vampire? I don't know. Is he a vampire?
I don't
I
know
don't
because
think I
he
don't
took off
think
his
so.
gloves like last episode when he was like when they brought that like what do you call it crypto guy in.
Oh yeah, uh-huh, uh-huh.
I swear to you, I was trying to look at his nails the whole
You gotta
time.
look. You gotta look at the
I
eyes,
kept
the
on the
nails.
screen, and I
Um,
couldn't tell.
I can't. I don't think so.
I mean, something's definitely up with him. I just can't tell what.
Yeah, I don't think so. Let's see what she is. Yeah, it's probably just a human.
Yeah, but why? I don't know. No, something's up.
Yeah, I think that he probably had something to do with getting Daniel those tapes. The only thing I don't understand is if the tapes went to Daniel, when I'm trying to remember the first season, it seemed like Louis knew about Daniel getting the tapes. So
Yeah,
that's the only thing. Unless Louis sent real Rashid.
I don't know.
I don't know. There's, like I said, there's so much in this show. It always leaves you with so many questions,
Yeah, and
but it's interesting to try to figure out
I'm trying to
like
think about what
it.
else we forgot.
Oh, there's so much. So they're in the bar, real Rashid. And I was another thing is with the face that Louis gave Armand when Armand walked in, like a Power Ranger last week, in his glasses. I thought Louis was gonna get right to it, like, okay, Armand, what is going on? But they were arguing about like a painting or something.
Yeah,
Like Louis, like I think Armand is the one that brought it up. Like, oh, you remember so because Louis was there, he didn't say anything. Then he started being passive aggressive, and then Armand was like, okay, you remember, and that's when it came out. But like Louis never said anything.
yeah, yeah. They're passive aggressive. They're toxic and passive aggressive. But I thought the same thing. I thought after that moment ended, this next episode, I thought, oh, they're
Go
gonna be
back to
flying
it.
all over the place, getting in a brawl, but they
I
didn't.
was like, protect Daniel at all costs. Like they're about to be
Get under the
fighting.
table.
Oh gosh, Armand is gonna go after Daniel. That I would say, but no, the first scene. Well, when they went back, like showed the apartment or the place that they live, they were talking about like a painting or something with a wall. I don't know. I didn't understand that part, but um, I just thought it was interesting that he never said anything to Rashid.
Yeah.
I mean, I keep calling him Rashid to
The fake Rashid
to
Armand.
Armand. Be like Daniel Rashid and real Rashid.
I'm
But
looking at the tapes were left in the mailbox without postage. Okay.
oh, so does anyone remember like what Louis said when?
Anyway, I'm sorry, go ahead.
What about the last episode? No, I was gonna say, does anyone remember like what Louis said when Daniel showed up like with the tapes or something? Like, did it ever come out like how did you get these tapes? Who said like there wasn't anything about the tapes, right?
Yeah. That's why
'Cause
that doesn't make any sense to
I think
me.
I would have remembered it, but okay, so no point. So it could have been from the Talamasca or Rashid, real
Mm,
Rashid.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Could have been from
However,
real Rashid.
the blank wall represents the state of the relationship at the beginning of this episode. Yeah, I feel like that's like the breakup.
Mhm. Yep, it's true.
Okay.
Also, they were
Um,
looking at a blank wall. I don't know.
yeah.
Yeah, I know they were looking at something like a wall, or they were arguing, but he never brought it up to Armand. I just feel so bad for Claudia.
She can't get a break.
I know.
And she made it really clear that I like that I just feel like she always stands up for herself in a way. And, that's the thing that like Louis is so passive aggressive. Anyways,
Mhm.
I like that she said, I've always been the third wheel.
Yeah.
Like, you have a companion, make me mine. And I feel like, yeah, that seems like
I mean, she
that's
started feeling that way since she tried to make Charlie back in, like even before. That's why she kept like trying to make one
yeah.
ever since Charlie. So she's been feeling that way. All of this though, I love Louis, but all of this is Louis' fault. Louis caused all of this. Ah. My sad boy Louis. That's it's all his fault. He made Lestat change Claudia. He went he, he made a like basically Lestat attack Claudia by how he treated Lestat when Claudia had left. I don't know.
Yeah.
He should have just let her go.
Yeah.
Speaking of let her go, like after they turned Madeline, was it just like they left right away, her and Madeline?
I think so. That's what I got the impression. And then like them
Okay.
meeting at that cafe. I think they're not in Paris. They met somewhere.
Okay.
Or like
And that was
spent
in
some time
Paris.
together. But man, what a decision. But yeah.
Okay.
What do you think? Okay, because after Louis makes Madeline and tells him to leave, he he like cuts himself. So
Yeah.
he definitely like has like suicidal ideation. And I
Yes.
felt like I don't know if he's like so depressed he feels numb. What
Could
did you think
be.
about that moment?
Yeah, he just like you said, it's he Louis Louis has always been a bit suicidal, sadly. He's
Yeah.
always been like, I mean, he saw his brother, do that in front of him. His mom treated him like he was the cause of that. Like he's always been just it's always been there. And I think that's kind of for all of how horrible Lestat was. I think Lestat too, like he knew the mentality that Louis had and the
Mhm.
tendency, like what he could do. So I think that was part of his reasoning for going back for Claudia.
Hmm.
It was terrible the way he did it, and going back for her on the train and all that stuff. But it was because he knew Louis was suicidal.
That's true.
Hmm.
Um, what was I gonna say? Okay, this is what I'm thinking, but I'm usually always wrong. So we see Armand saying that this is the deal he made, basically, right? That to leave the coven and assuming to protect Louis, that he gave up Claudia and Madeline, right?
Right.
But I'm wondering if now that we see that Lestat's in the picture, if it's actually Lestat negotiated for Louis to still live.
I think so. I think that they're making it seem like he's gonna come back and he's gonna go against Louis and Claudia and all. But I think the stat has like another plan. Like he's probably gonna end up like trying to save them or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
When I
Unless,
saw when I saw the hair,
yeah, yeah.
it couldn't make sense until he made true. Yep.
Until he met Ellen.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
because he did. He talked about how he saw Claudia through Madeline's
oh,
eyes. Yeah.
understood.
Hmm.
Moimi says Louis said that he tried to vomit her blood out of himself and he opened up his wrist to drain it out too. But yes, Louis is very depressed and has constant ideations. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he did say he was trying to vomit it. Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. An obligation. Oh, that's true.
Hmm. I want to make like. Do you think that it's weird that they made Claudia also drink from Madeline at the same time?
No, only because I felt like I think she just wanted to feel like a part of the process
Mm,
since she knows from the other times that she tried making vampires that she can't give her blood. It's like not enough.
right.
That's the only reason why that's the only like way I thought about it, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. And how if Claudia was drinking also from Madeline, she saw herself too, right? Like she would have seen what Louis saw, right?
I think so. I don't know. I
I,
think so.
well,
But
I hope she did because that was beautiful. That was a good scene.
yeah. And in the books, Madeline agrees to this because she sees Claudia as a child that could never die. Because in the
Mm.
book, Madeline had a child that died.
Oh,
So for her, she just so that I know I kind of noticed they changed that a little bit. They're like, oh yeah, I could see in your whatever the vision
Right.
when
Her
someone died in your life. But
her sister. Yeah. Her
yeah,
sister. Yeah, her sister. At
yeah,
first, I thought they were gonna say that was her kid,
yeah, yeah.
but then
But they
Louis
look they're
said
both young in it. But yeah.
Louis was not happy when he walks in and saw Madeline sitting in his coffin.
Yeah, that oh my god. Of all things to do.
Just sitting in his coffin, reading Claudia's diary. Louis
Mhm.
was like, "If you say anything else, I will break your arms and throw out the window." I was like, "Oh, Louis."
Yeah, that's the thing that Claudia is the one that agreed to join the coven, but then she's constantly trying to break the rules.
I know, and I think at this point too, I think their relationship was getting like strained because even the way that he was talking to Claudia in that moment, because he was saying things like, "Can we have like a week or like a month or something without you messing things up?" And like he was mad, and then she's like, "I killed someone," basically like I killed someone in front of her, and he's like, "Of course you did."
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, he was like at this point, I think, and I think that's why it was a little bit easier for him to let her go too, because you can see that their relationship was a little bit strained by this moment.
Yeah, they're just so frustrated. But yeah,
Hmm.
because it's like again, they're already in a world of trouble for Claudia, even in green, to be a part of the coven because they already broke so many rules. But it
Yeah,
seems like even when she's with the coven, she's still breaking the rules.
yeah,
And it's like, by the way, not that I think they treat her terribly, so I get it, but it's just like she's not doing herself any favors.
I know, but I know Claudia was not like she's just constantly like, okay, you're gonna join, and you are swearing to these rules, and you're actively breaking these rules. I'm telling you, that's Lestat's kid.
Yeah.
She
That
takes
one.
after her daddy.
Yeah. In the books, vampires can read the memories of the person through the blood. It's nice they include that in the show.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay. That's good. That's
That's
good.
why I think I feel confused about the fact that Louis drinks from Armand, right? Even in present
Mhm.
day, he drinks from Armand. So that sometimes makes me feel confused about like how powerful the glamour is because when if he's removing these memories or like covering up these memories, wouldn't he know what Armand did in some way when he's drinking from
I
him?
know. Wouldn't he sense the taste of betrayal?
Yeah.
Taste like this tastes like betrayal. This AB
Oh, God.
negative with betrayal. Like you
And
will taste it.
pineapple.
I know. Oh yeah, pineapple, honey and pineapple, and betrayal.
Yeah.
It just tastes like Paris. Like no, Louis.
Oh my god.
I don't know. Yeah, it is, but then Armand is very powerful, so he's probably able to keep him in like a constant state of that glamour to kind of. Speaking of which, did he just rub his blood onto Louis's wrist and it just healed like right away? Did I
Yeah.
catch that right? Right?
Yes, and I'm so glad you brought that up because that's an example of how last episode
Mm-hmm.
that was so like a horror show that like because when they're in that apartment in San Francisco,
Mm-hmm.
Louis was in pain for like 4 days or 6 days or whatever.
Yep.
And so that whole time he wasn't giving Louis his blood
He was right. He was withholding it from him. Yep.
and he could have helped heal him. That is so
He could
messed
have healed him. Yep. He told him, I'm gonna let you sit here and think about your actions.
up. And roast some more. I don't know.
Yep. Looking like a burnt sausage.
Extra crispy. Oh
Well,
my
he
god.
looked like, listen, Jacob Addison looked exactly like he did a little bit on Game of Thrones.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Armand
Like
Petty, yes.
without all the hair, like he looked like how he did as Grey Worm.
Yeah,
But I don't know. He was withholding it. It just shows how diabolical Armand is.
yeah.
Like Armand is like with Lestat, you know what you're gonna get. Like he is drama queen. He's gonna do everything with like loudness and flair, but Aman is like the quiet type that he's the one to fear.
Yeah, 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 yeah. He's
No,
calculated. He's very calculated.
very calculating, yo. I'm telling you, I think Assad said it too in the after show. Like he was like, as soon as he realized that Daniel and Louis, oh, they know, they talked. He instantly was like, okay, how can I turn it around? How can I flip it? So I think right then and there he started putting things to like, okay, no, we took the pages out together. No, you asked me to erase it. Like he started thinking, how can I flip the narrative?
That's so true because that's exactly what he did about the photos, right? About the
Yep.
photos being mixed up, and then he's like, "Well, maybe you
Mhm.
put those there."
Louis was like, take it back,
Batman.
take it all the way back. I was like, okay. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Oh, wait, says, I was hoping that the show would take some poetic license to let Claudia survive, but it seems like she's doomed. I can't stand it. Claudia's my favorite. Yeah.
We still have hope.
We have 2 more episodes to see what they do.
I know. No, I've, I am mentally prepared. Well, I'm still mentally preparing myself. I know it's not gonna be good. The actors already said it. They're like, this is gonna be a sad season.
Yeah. You know
So,
what? Kind of off on a tangent, but I'll circle back to this. Um, I so I watched Bridgerton,
I did too. Yeah.
and like they said that the next season won't come out till like 2026.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know because we had the strike, we had all this stuff going on. I
yeah.
wonder if there's gonna be a delay. If there is gonna be a season 3, because they haven't announced it yet, I think there's gonna be a season 3.
I
I
think
wonder how
so.
long it's gonna take for us to get it because I already want it like yesterday.
I know. Well, this one was delayed because of the strike, right? Season
Yeah,
two. So yeah, you never know what could happen. So they probably, I don't know if we're gonna get season three next year. Maybe
I'll be
depending
so
on how.
upset.
What was that?
I'll be so upset if we don't get it.
Yeah, I have hopes, but maybe not next year. I would say maybe early 2026.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think we're gonna get it next year because they're waiting. But I think apparently how long they're waiting to announce season three, I think that's normal. I think they said that season one was supposed to be like um in like two parts or something. So
Yeah.
basically, like this is still like an ongoing season one, you know, and then
Yeah.
they just decided. So that's why they were able to announce season two so quickly because they just made it season two and discontinued. But I don't know. I think that we're gonna get a season three, but I think we won't get it until like either late next year. But I'm thinking 2026. I don't think it's next year.
Yeah. Momoy says, came in a late on our live. Did you talk about how the show's getting picked up by Netflix? Thanks.
Oh no, we didn't. But I heard that.
Yeah, no, I did yesterday. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I'm so glad because I love the show so much. And Momi, you're totally right. They do not promote the show enough.
They did not.
And it's like there's only so much of us. Like, what are we gonna do?
I know.
So yeah,
Let me find someone on YouTube who, because I'll watch the show and I'm like, who can I talk to about this? This is stressing me out. No, but I'm so glad. I'm happy it got picked up. Very happy it got picked up. But I'm kind of nervous though.
yeah. I mean, yeah,
It's gonna
but
be
you know what?
more scrutiny. They're doing so good, and it's kind of like it's gonna be more scrutiny and like so much pressure on the actors. Like I don't know. I hope they allow them to just do what they're doing and continue to be awesome.
Yeah, well, okay, going back to the Mayfair Witches, I thought that show was not any good, but they got greenlit for season 2 right away,
Oh, they
and I was
did?
like yeah, and I was like, "Do you guys watch the show? Like, did you see it after you This is not good." So then it's, like, frustrating that this show hasn't gotten lit for season 3 yet, and they don't promote it well. When I felt like with Mayfair, I felt like they promoted that show like way more, and I was like, why? Why are you promoting the one that's like not good?
Yeah, with Interview with the Vampire, I started watching completely by accident. I was just there. I didn't even know about the show. I think I saw it on my TV, just like the advert, and I just clicked on it and fell in love ever since. But
Yeah.
I didn't see it like being promoted before.
Yeah, and so I'm hoping that it does well on Netflix, kinda like how Schitt's Creek did well. I don't know if you ever saw that, but Schitt's Creek,
Mm-mm, I never watched it. Never saw it. I heard of it.
it's like it's a comedy and it's like on a CBC, so it's a Canadian television show,
Oh,
and
okay.
it was doing, like, okay, but once it got picked up by Netflix, it, like, blew up, and that they were, like, already, like, 3 season in, and they're
Yeah.
like the cast was like, "What the heck's going on?" So, it was good for them, so I hope that the same thing happens with them getting a limited run on Netflix, you know?
When they put it over to Netflix, though, I think they're not going to do season two to Netflix, right? It's only season one so far.
I don't know, I didn't look at the details, but I was on
I think.
a live chat with,
Uh huh.
a couple of people, and they were, like, freaking out because 'cause they're so excited, but I didn't even look at the details yet.
Yeah, I think I heard that it's they putting for now only season one, but I'm excited, but I am nervous about it because it's like I feel like it's just our own little bubble. It sucks when they're not getting the recognition, but then I'm like, oh, it's gonna be so much, and they're gonna scrutinize the heck out of them, and they're doing amazing as it is. Like, don't mess it up.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, and let me go back it up. Okay. Helen says, I hope they will weave in Louis in season 3 and some Claudia flashbacks or something to maybe
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I'm hoping that, like, in this season, how we got Dreamstat, I'm hoping that they kinda do the same thing with Jacob Anderson, if they have, like, a Dream Louis.
See, yes, but I'll be very. If I get less Jacob Anderson and less
Yeah.
Sam Reed, I am sad. So hopefully they'll make. So okay, after Paris, the events of whatever happened, like, is it just pretty much over? Like,
That's basically, like, the end
as-
of book 1, and
okay,
then there's book 2. There's a whole bunch of books. Anne
right, that's
Rice
what I. Mm-hmm.
Anne Rice wrote a whole bunch, and then one of them, the 2nd book till I think the 4th book or whatever, from, like, a different character's point of view, and then she kinda switched it up from writing from, like, there's the vampire Armand, there's the vampire
Oh, there's an
Candide.
Armand book.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
See, I
that's why
know
you
about
read more
three of
about
them. Like, I know the Interview with the Vampire, the Lestat one,
Armand.
and Queen of the Dam.
Yeah, yeah,
But I don't know what else they did after. I know because I know the showrunners were saying that they wanted to do Lestat story. They're excited to
yeah.
do that one. So hopefully, I think that's going to be season three. But then if
Yeah,
they're doing Lestat's story, is Louis not featured as much in Lestat's story? Because at least we'll get Louis if that's the case, if he's there.
he's not, but I don't know how they're gonna it's
Oh,
an adaptation, so I don't know how they're gonna handle it, right?
okay.
Because they're both co-leads, so I just that's why I'm wondering if
I know.
they're gonna switch it to Lestat and then have, like, a Dream Louis for a season while they're exploring Lestat's point of view. I have no clue. I don't know what we're gonna do because, I mean, um, Jacob Anderson's been in, like, what, every episode from all these different time periods, so I couldn't imagine him not
Yeah.
being a part of it.
He's been in every episode. Sam Reed has only not been in one, if I'm
Yeah, that was, like, last week, right? That was
last
it.
week he wasn't there because he was there. He's been in every episode, like since season one, right?
Yeah, and even last week, we got still got his voice at least. It's been a
Exact
while.
right.
Yeah.
Yep. Got his voice last week. So hopefully, I don't know, they find some way to put it in there. I do you think it would be like the end of the show then?
No, I think they're just gonna change. I think it's still gonna be Interview the Vampire, but then,
Mhm.
like, on the bottom, where it says part one, part two, I think it's gonna say the Vampire Lestat.
Okay.
That's my guess. I don't know. Um, yeah, I think every time they hit a new book, that's gonna be like the subheader. But like the character Raglan James,
Mm-hmm.
he's from like the fourth book.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they're
On the
bringing him in
Salamasca?
early because they have to. Yeah, they bring him in early because they have to like kind of like at least set up the groundwork of where they're gonna go with his character.
Okay.
Um, and he even said something this episode that is definitely a nod to the book that he's in.
I saw you type that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Uh-huh. They're saying like something about like switch bodies.
yeah, he's like, if I could switch bodies, and I was like,
I was like,
they're gonna
okay.
go there.
Yeah, I saw you type that in the chat. But oh, okay. I was trying to ask you from last week. Did Lestat sound weird to you? Um, when Aman did his little telephone call.
Yeah, his vampire party line thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he did, and I don't know what's wrong. What do you think's going on?
I think that he's hurt. I think something has happened to Lestat. He did not sound, I don't know, he didn't sound like himself. He just sounded very just like not only the care in his voice and but he sounded very like he's in like pain or hurt or so like his voice was like really low and he was like tell him I love him Armand. Like the way he was saying it, I was like, there's something. So I don't think Armand I think Armand knew where Lestat was. I don't know. I think it's gonna come out that Armand knew where Lestat was. I think something happens to Lestat, and that's why he hasn't for all these decades hasn't seen Louis. Because especially if he knew that Louis is with Armand, they have had to have like some kind of agreement or something as to Lestat will stay away,
Yeah,
or
I think
it
maybe
has
he
to be
was gonna
something
punish.
why.
I wonder if he got punished or something.
Could be, it could be. I just don't think he sounded. I'm like no, and especially Armand didn't tell him that he loved him. Lestat would have showed up right there. Lestat
Yeah,
was like nope, but I don't know.
not my man.
Exactly. It was like, no, I am coming for my Louis.
Mommy
So,
says, I wonder if the queer nature of the story has something to do with the lack of promotion. There really is no good reason not to push it more. And then Pamela says because weird witches and Tolstoy's babies are more acceptable than gay vampires. Yeah, I guess.
oh, okay. I think they probably put into.
I think they will probably keep Claudia on the show to haunt Louis. Yeah, that I think is
Oh,
great.
oh, that would be messed up. No, I hope not. He was been tortured for 2 seasons.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The writers are rolling all the books into the narrative, and I'm sure they won't
Yeah,
make
they'll
it.
make it work. Yeah, they'll make it work.
But I won't.
But I don't know how the story will go. But now,
Yeah, I think was more himself in his voice. I think. Oh, you mean like Lestat? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know, Mark. I don't know how they're gonna handle it. Lestat.
probably because they bought what is all the things that the vampires bought? Like, um, who was saying that they bought like telescopes and uh, I don't know. Did were you paying attention to all the things that they said that were no, not bought? I think they were like stolen or something. Were you paying attention to all the
Oh.
items?
No, but I'm gonna watch this like again in a little bit. But
So
no.
somebody was saying like oh, I think it was Louis or maybe Armand when they were telling Daniel the story and they were saying like if you look on like the pamphlet like in the news basically like they were saying like different crimes, so like they stole like the telescope and a whole bunch of stuff. I don't know if it
Mm.
has to do with the trial that they're trying to have, but
I wonder if it's also maybe back then the Talamasca.
Oh,
stole stuff too, but that's like kind of far fetched. But because they're always just like observing supernatural
hmm
events and not really like getting involved, which Raglan James kind of like touched upon. But
yeah. But that would be getting involved if they're stealing all that stuff.
yeah, well, I think like that's
Oh, you
true.
mean like to spy on those? Okay, makes
Yeah, just
sense.
like evidence, but usually they put stuff back, right? Because they have all those digital copies of like the photos and stuff and
Yeah,
articles. But I
yeah.
don't know.
I don't know. It's the stuff that they said that they stole was it sounded weird. But I was gonna say what someone talked about like the queer nature of the show. If that's probably why. Do you guys think also that they have kind of like tone or they cut off at certain parts when season one they were in there like from the first episode like they had
Yeah,
them
they were flying
floating in
and
the
getting it on.
air. I saw Sam Reed all his glory.
All his
but
vampire ways.
but 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 now okay, so two things. I don't know what the heck was wrong with Louis when he was just like face down in the coffin. I'm like, oh, okay, all right, Louis. But anyway,
I
and
would,
as
but
soon
also, I think that's how Armand likes it anyway.
oh yeah,
That we
he
learned.
was up right away. He's like, well, what do you say, Daddy? Okay, all right, let me get my suspenders off real quick. Hold on. No, but yeah, it went from so that started happening, and then they cut it off, and I was like, okay. In season one, they didn't they,
Yeah, they went there.
but it just goes like what someone was saying about like maybe if that's why they're not promoting it. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think it's a great point, and I definitely have people like because I'm like all over Insta, like saying like, well, they've really like tamed that down
Yeah,
because it
they
was like you
did.
said, episode one, they went there, and
They
this season they really haven't. But I don't know if it's yeah, I don't know whose choice it is. I don't know if it's theirs or maybe if the actor Armand that plays Armand doesn't want to do that, which is also fine.
oh,
But I don't know. Like maybe he's yeah. I or I don't know if it's also not that I'm trying to make excuses, but I don't know if it's also like a reflection of the relationship that they're not really going there with them, but they would with the character of Lestat. I don't know. Like a creative choice, but yeah, you're very right.
right.
Like it's very tame this year.
Yeah. They started out too with like even the cursing and stuff. Like I don't know if you saw when they were like I guess the edits on AMC, like they'll cut out certain words. Did you see
Yeah.
that?
Yeah, I did see that, like, when they say bookbinder's wife, which is
Oh,
just
yeah.
something else, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
"Right."
So
But then
they
also
cut
he's
out
a
certain
British
words.
term, and
So
his
but
character's
now
French.
yeah. I realized that they went back up like they were they curse all over the yeah. They still they're back to their to cursing. They got Claudia dropping F bombs, Louis. But I don't know. They fixed that, but they have and then the edit still too on AMC is very like choppy. Like they'll cut off at the like mid scene.
Yeah, yeah. It I
So
think it's for, because, I have AMC Plus, so I'm watching the whole thing. I'm sure it's kinda like for the commercials or whatever, but they just, like, have it in an awkward spot. Every
yeah.
time they do that, it's kinda weird.
Yeah, they do.
But Momi says, "I may be mistaken, but I think the news report started that film equipment or cameras were stolen." Okay, okay.
Yeah, I remember one of the things was a telescope. I can't remember what else, but
Yeah.
so maybe it is a Talamasca.
Louis said that Armand was boring and flavorless, so I guess that would be an excuse to tone down the season.
Oh, you know what? That's true. That is true.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
So
Yeah.
flavorless. It's terrible. That
Yeah.
was Armand. I would have been gone right. Last week had me feeling sorry for Armand. Now this week I'm like side eyeing Armand. Like, nope. I'm
Yeah,
back to not trusting you.
I felt yeah, last season I mean, last week I had like so many emotions about what
Mhm.
I felt for him when he was when he's ready to leave Louis and then like called Lestat,
Mm-hmm.
but like when he didn't tell Louis that when he didn't pass the message that Lestat loves him, like part of me felt like, oh, that's gotta be heartbreaking to hear two ways. One from Lestat because Armand was clearly into him, but then also for the person that he's with, right?
Yeah.
But then I was thinking about the fact that like, well, this is the same person that took Nikki away from Lestat, and I feel like now he's taking away Louis from Lestat again. So there's just
Yeah.
like all these layers of like Armand being a monster.
I know. Funny. Someone said like he just plays the victim. Yes, the softest, beigest pillow. Like,
That was so messed up.
he listen. He is his. What's his mom's name? He is her son. He did exactly like his mom did. There he is. There he is.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. That is
Most
so
of
right.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, and then yeah, I think you're right about this episode, how you're saying like how Armand's just being calculated and saying, "Well, you wanted it."
Hmm.
So, I need proof. I need proof.
Exactly. And Louis fought. It's just like when, like last season, when Lestat was there, like pouring his heart out, and Claudia was looking at Louis like, "You believing this?" And
Yeah, yeah,
she was like,
exactly.
"Ah, crap, he's buying it. Okay, kill Antoinette." But
Yeah,
it's the same thing with this season. Like Daniel was looking at Louis like, "Really, are you buying this?" Because I just think that I don't know. I can't wait to get the full story of what the heck is going on with Armand because I know that there's so much more that we don't know.
yeah,
Because even I think I mentioned it to you when I was saying that that episode when um Lestat came in and basically broke up the coven, and I'm like, okay, Armand is this all powerful. He just basically wiped the floor with Lestat,
yeah,
and you allow Lestat to come in and do that to your coven. I mean, either he was just using Lestat because he wanted to break up his coven anyway, or that wasn't a true story.
yeah. All I know is whatever happens next episode, I feel like we're gonna have another situation like when Daniel, like okay, at the end of season one, how Daniel really like confronted Louis. I
Right?
think we're gonna have that again. I think he's gonna hear like how explosive like what happened in Paris was next episode. And I think
Mhm.
he's gonna do the same thing, or he's gonna like point out like the holes in the story.
Yes, and oh gosh, don't, because my baby Daniel needs to be protected. I'm scared for him. I'm
And Rashid
terrified for
can save
Daniel.
them.
And there's a scene from the trailer that we still haven't seen yet, and I am terrified of that scene. When you see everything like
Fall down the books.
solved, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what is happening? So like, oh no.
I also
So
wonder because there's that moment where Armand screams like in the trailer he screams Louis. So I wonder is he gonna go
hmm,
after Daniel or is he gonna go after Rashid?
Armand screams that.
Yeah, in the most
I don't
recent
know.
trailer he just goes Louis, and we haven't seen that either. We haven't seen the books fall, and we haven't seen Armand scream in present day Dubai Louis. And I just want to know if it's Louis attacking Rashid or Daniel.
I don't know. Or did they use the sound from when he burst into the room in 1970? Because I think he burst in and said Louis.
Oh, maybe that's what it was.
So did they just use the sound from that? So I'm trying to remember if they showed like Dubai when he said that, or was it just
Yeah,
like a voiceover of it? I don't know.
I don't
I don't
remember. It
remember
could have been a voiceover. Sorry, but yeah,
because he did scream Louis's name.
that's true. Remember, Sam stated in an interview that everyone lies. That's true. How can Bailey and Delaney be so perfectly amazing? Yeah, they
I
both have given
know.
incredible performances as the characters.
Yes. This show is very lucky. They have gotten amazing actors, all of them.
Yeah.
There is no bad. Madeline came in and did an amazing job. Young Daniel,
Yeah.
like they, real Rashid.
He was incredible. Luke, whatever his name is, that played young Daniel,
Yeah,
was incredible. That was
yes,
crazy.
is really good. Real Rashid is holding it down.
Incredible.
So they're all very, very good actors. I didn't even know that the guy that played Luke, I didn't know he was British too. I saw an interview with him and he's British. I'm like, really? His
Yeah, his
accent, like
voice is so
you cannot
different.
tell. He has the New York accent down. Like there was a
Yeah.
line that he said, he sounds exactly like Eric Bogosian. Like he said, I didn't say that. I think it was when Armand was like something about fascinated, whatever Armand was saying, and then he goes, "I didn't say that," and he sounds exactly like older Daniel. I
Yeah.
was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like the voice, everything.
It was
You know,
incredible.
they're all good. The theater the vampire, like they are all good. Santiago, amazing. Every time that guy's on screen, I'm like,
Yeah. And
um,
that's a character that's really like you don't, as a reader, you don't like him in the books. But when I'm seeing him on the show, he's like so captivating.
I know. I'm sitting there like this when he's talking, and every word, I'm like, okay. And I'm like, and you have some muscles on you, okay, Santiago. All right.
Furious says Lestat is about to kill everyone.
Listen, I think so. I think they think that he's gonna come and he's gonna go, but yeah, he's. I think Lestat's gonna cause havoc. He's gonna
Yeah.
to take control of the whole child situation, but oh, you don't think it's gonna happen?
No. Yeah. All right. So for next episode, just to close it out, any predictions?
Um, it's gonna be super super sad. I need to have some tissues ready.
Yeah.
Um, I actually do think that Lestat is going to have a huge um part to play, but it's in trying to actually save them.
Yeah. Oh my god.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know because yeah, I just don't know because it's an adaptation.
Mm-hmm.
I I am thinking that for whatever reason, I don't know yet. I just feel like Lestat must be somehow beholden for whatever reason to Armand. Like so, I feel like he may have made an agreement. I feel like the fact that Louis is alive isn't necessarily because of Armand, and I want to see
Right.
that play out. But I just don't know, and I want to know what happened to Lestat after because how it's being handled from the books to this is like a little bit different. And so I
Mm-hmm.
really am wondering. Like I get that Armand was able to contact Lestat, but and I don't, we don't really know how that whole like thing works, that that telephone call. But I just wonder if he was punished or something, and that's why, and that it was also in relation to Paris. But also I don't know. I read the books, but I don't know what they're doing on the show.
But
So
who will punish him? You think?
I think Armand.
Oh, you think Armand would? Okay.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Um, is what's his name? Who is that name that they say? Marius. Marius is dead, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Because I
According
was
to
gonna say,
Armand,
do are any of those people coming? Those vampires coming back? Marius. I know what's Lestat's maker isn't because he said he threw himself on the fire, so
yeah.
he's not. But Marius is dead, right? As
Okay,
far as this, as the show,
for this show, so far they say that he's dead.
they did. Okay, I can't
Yeah.
remember if they specified
I
if he.
I think Armand said it when they're in the Louvre, the museum.
Okay, because
No. Right, go ahead. You can finish your thought first and then before we move on.
Yep,
So it's like,
he
yeah, he is
is.
captivating. It's so annoying. It's like so frustrating that I'm like, you're so hot and
He is
captivating.
very handsome, and then he's captivating.
I feel like he's
Every
like
word.
what how do I say it? The quintessential vampire. Like he has that allure.
Yes.
He really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, just subscribe. Oh,
And
thank you. Hey, we're gonna be here
uh,
next week.
and he could Santiago can multitask too. He's gonna say he
Yeah,
did. I
yeah,
think he was multitasking. And he was talking to Estelle. What's the other vampire ladies? He
yeah,
was
yeah,
talking
yeah.
to them while doing his script. Then he was acting like he was arguing with Sam, but then he flies away. He goes, "I love your place." Like, oh my gosh, Santiago.
Yeah, yeah,
He's gonna if there's one thing he's gonna do, he's gonna multitask.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
He's
that's
like,
what I'm
I'm gonna
saying
do this.
though. How can Armand not, I don't know. I'm telling you, Armand knows what's going on. He
I
knows.
think you're
He
right.
knows. He knows.
I think you're right, and I just want to lie to myself a little bit because I like I like his character. And actually, I think the actor just does such a great job that like I feel myself wanting to believe him.
I know. Because honestly, I really do hope that they keep Armand just so I could get to see Assad next season.
Yeah,
But yeah. Oh yeah, very much psychopath. Yeah.
yeah,
He's crazy.
yeah,
He is crazy.
yeah,
But I don't know.
yeah,
There's a he I hope they would keep him, but I mean his story, he's probably gonna like this is his only season. But he's such a good actor though. I hope they find some way to keep him in the show, just like Lestat and all them.
yeah. All right. With that said, I'm gonna go and close it out. But thank you for being here, Angel Sashi. Let's do this again.
Yes, it
I'll
was
be
so
here next
much
week.
fun. I'm like, okay.
It's nice to talk to someone about the show because
Yes.
you know
Every
everyone else is gonna get tired of me talking about it.
no, listen. It's good to get it out. They stress me out every Sunday.
Everyone in the chat, thank you for being here. Be here next week. 6 p.m. is the what do you call it? The what do you call it? The watch party, and then I just after show chat. But thank you, Angel Sashi. I'll say everybody
You're
good night.
welcome. Bye
Thank
guys. Have a
you.
good night,
Thank you.
guys.
Bye.